Hey everybody, happy holidays. I'm Lauren Toyota, I'm hot for food, and this week I am back with my second edible holiday gift idea. From my brain to you, my gift to you. As I mentioned last week when we made these golden pretzel rods, I love giving edible gifts because they're useful, they don't go to waste. People love getting homemade stuff like that, especially when it's extra tasty. So we went sweet last week, we're gonna go sweet and savory this week. I'm gonna show you how to make this jumbo Tokyo mix popcorn tin. This is the gift I want to give myself. I've already given it to myself by making it and eating all of the popcorn, but it's kind of like a little twist on Chicago mix. So Chicago mix is caramel and then cheddar popcorn, sweet and savory. I decided to do something kind of green and festive, so we have a sweet matcha caramel on one side and then a savory nori sesame mix on the other side. These are both delicious. They also go very well together. And I have like past nostalgia for like receiving those big jumbo popcorn tins. I would usually get them in like a Secret Santa gift or like, I don't know, I remember getting one at work once. And I always was like jealous that I could never have a vegan one. Like, why is nobody selling a vegan jumbo popcorn tin? Makes no sense. Maybe I'll sell this one. But make it yourself, it's super easy. You know how to make popcorn in a pot. I've shown you how to do this before on my channel, but that's how I'm gonna make the popcorn today. And you wanna get jumbo popping kernels. I found them at a bulk store. Those are the kind that you see when you buy actual kettle corn, like at a festival or at a store. It's these huge pieces of like well-popped popcorn. Maybe it's GMO popcorn, I don't know. I don't know how they become jumbo, but look, who cares? In this case, let's just ignore that, okay? This popcorn looks sick if you use the jumbo popping kernels. So we're gonna get started. The first thing we're gonna do is make our sesame nori like topping. And to do that, I found the best way was to use a coffee grinder. I have a clean kind of spare coffee grinder. If you use coffee in it, definitely clean it out really well. But this is how we're gonna get the topping mix like really nice and finely ground up. My food processor couldn't get it as fine as this could, so if you have a really good food processor or maybe like a mini one, it might do a better job. You could do it in that too. Okay, so I'll show you what we're putting in here. We're gonna add black sesame seeds, white sesame seeds, granulated minced onion, and nutritional yeast. Now you might need to do this in a couple batches, don't worry. It gets very finely ground up. There you go. I'm gonna finish the nutritional yeast in a second batch, so just dump this into a bowl. And if you notice like some of the seeds aren't crushed up enough, you can run it through again. So I'm just gonna finish kind of getting this into a really fine crumb by adding more back in with the rest of the nutritional yeast. And as long as it looks like a powder, as close as possible, it's gonna stick to the popcorn way better. So now you've got this in a larger bowl, just add some sea salt. And we're also gonna do some toasted nori. You've probably seen those toasted seaweed snacks that come already roasted and in these tiny squares. That's what I'm using. It's about 10 grams or one package. If you don't have this, you can use regular nori sheets, the larger sheets that come for sushi, but those aren't toasted. So if you're gonna use those, you'll just toast them in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes, and all the instructions for that are in the blog post linked below. But for these, you could cut these or break it up with your hand, but they need to be already pretty broken up in order to get into the coffee grinder properly. You'll also have to do this in small batches. So it's a little bit messy, but just bear with us here. Now just combine everything together and then set this aside while you pop the popcorn. You need a very large pot like this with a lid. And we are making 28 cups of popped popcorn. And what that works out to is about 2 cups of the jumbo kernels divided into 4 half cups. You should only pop half a cup at a time. It's the only way to get all the kernels popped and even, and then you can shake it all up and coat it in batches. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna heat up quite a bit of coconut oil in here with 2 kernels, put the lid on. Once you hear them pop under there, you will open the lid carefully, dump all the kernels in, put the lid back on, and it should start popping immediately. You may need to just shake the pot a couple of times, and it'll only take a couple of minutes. Okay, as soon as you hear it stop popping, remove it from the heat. turn off your burner. You're just gonna do this in batches. We are going to let this calm down, open up the lid, add more melted coconut oil and half of the nori sesame topping, and then we're just gonna shake it up and toss it. You can even stir it with a spoon, but I kind of shake it first, and then once it's cooler, I stir it. So now this is our first 7 cups of the savory mix. So now we're just gonna do that all again. So then I have 14 cups of the popped savory sesame nori stuff. What you wanna do is just put this into a separate dish or onto a baking sheet to let it cool while you do the second batch. There will be a little bit of the topping left in the bottom of the pan, but just add it back in there. And the reason I do this way is because I find that it sticks better when it's warm rather than popping the popcorn and then coating it. But you can do whatever you want. I just found this was the better way of getting it to stick. So now, unless you have a bunch of pots, which I don't, I clean this out and then I do that process again. I will show you how to do the sweet matcha caramel next. For the matcha caramel, you're gonna heat a saucepan over medium heat with water and sugar. Stir it to dissolve the sugar as the water heats up and let it come to a low simmer, which is gonna take anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes. Let it reduce by about half, which should take about another 5 to 6 minutes. You're trying to get a thick syrup that will coat a wooden spoon, but still drip off. Once the simple syrup here is reduced, whisk in coconut oil, salt, and cooking grade matcha powder off of the heat. Now you can pour this into a glass measuring cup and let it chill just at room temperature while you pop the rest of the popcorn. And when you pour it on the popcorn, it should be sticky like a caramel and coat it evenly while you toss it. You don't want it to be so hot when you pour it onto the popcorn, otherwise it'll make it soggy. Now pour this onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper so that it can cool in one even layer and allow the caramel to set. So once you've laid it out on these sheets, I just took a little bit of extra matcha and dusted a little bit more on top, just a very light coating, just so you get a little bit of extra texture on there. Oh my Lord, check out our Tokyo mix popcorn. We have our savory nori sesame mix and our sweet matcha caramel mix. How pretty is this? It's green. It's a little Grinch-like, isn't it? It's festive. It's so unique. I'm obsessed with the savory one. And I do really like the flavor of matcha, so this is pretty awesome. You have to like matcha, obviously, otherwise you won't like this. Whoa! Do you really think you could eat the whole tin yourself? I think I could. Maybe not the sweet one, but definitely the savory one. I think this is such an impressive gift. I'm impressed and I want it. This is just mine, for me. I got this tin at a craft store. Obviously you don't have to make it a jumbo tin, I just think it's really fun that way. You could also make smaller mason jars full for people, whatever you want, or just make it and eat it yourself. So this is the second of my 3 edible gift ideas. Next week we're gonna make hazelnut truffles, kind of like Ferrero Rochers. They're very tasty. You can find this recipe on hotforfoodblog.com. And if you're looking for another gift idea, how about Vegan Comfort Classics, 101 recipes to feed your face, my debut cookbook that came out earlier this year and is a bestseller. I have a special gift for you as well. If you purchase the book this month until December 24th, you can claim your ebook, your free Hot for Holidays ebook with 5 new exclusive recipes for free. Go to hotforfoodblog.com for details. This offer started on Black Friday, so if you purchase this book November 23rd onward, you have until December 24th to claim your free book by submitting your receipt on my website. So go check out the details. I've linked everything below. And of course, if you already have a book, well, you're going to buy another one as a gift. That's the whole point of this. I'm trying to sell more books. The book is a big deal. We need book sales, you know, to keep it going. So the book is fairly inexpensive. You can buy it online or in store. The ebook version or the e-version or the Kindle version counts as well. So if you don't want to buy a physical book, you can buy the Kindle version for someone who uses a Kindle, whatever. It's also available worldwide. So everything is linked below. Check it out. We will be moving right along here every Wednesday, cooking up vegan love, making great comfort food, and next week making another edible holiday gift idea for you. And I have a special guest on the channel the last day of the year on December 26th, Boxing Day. I'll have a brand new video with a guest in the kitchen. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. You're never gonna guess who's coming. If you're real sneaky, you saw it on my Instagram stories like a month ago. All right, anyway, I'm off. Got a lot of popcorn to consume and then floss out of my teeth. That's it. All right, bye.